Hey, this is William for attackofthefanboy.com, and this is XCOM 2 on consoles. Kyle, it's finally happened.
Finally. Did you enjoy playing through your favorite game of the year again?
I have not played through it yet. It's only been out for a little while.
Okay.
I was kind of like, what kind of port or what kind of, it's obviously downgraded to consoles from the PC version, but like how they do. Sometimes they don't get this stuff right.
They did a good job with the first one, but then when they announced
I'm not talking about
the second one,
they were like, the original XCOM.
They were like PC only. When it first came out, it's like, oh, okay, so they there was some stuff in there that I'm really wondering how it works on consoles.
Like what?
Namely, everything.
The controller's awesome. Like,
good.
That's the original control scheme was really good. Even when I moved from the Xbox 360 version to PC, I still used the controller. I think a lot of people did. This is a good game that has a great control scheme for a controller. It's good on PC as well. There's easy to point and click on stuff. But
really easy to click on stuff. That's how I was playing.
Well, yeah, but you can also hotkey some of that stuff if you want to get hardcore.
Yeah.
But, that's not going to be the huge surprise, obviously. The game... Actually, remember that XCOM 2 had a lot of problems at launch for the PC? Like, there were some technical issues, right?
Some huge technical issues. So you're playing on Xbox?
Yeah, Xbox One.
Looks pretty good. Bit of a downgrade, but yeah, my big question is, how does it run? Because on my very beefy PC, it ran like garbage.
Yeah, but it did. It did run like garbage. I still loved it though. I still like.
Oh yeah.
Didn't take away from the fun I was having with the game, but yeah, there was some weird shit going on in that game on PC. This one doesn't have as much of that. It's still got a little bit of that. I guess would call it jank.
Janky,
a little
janky.
The word you learned at E3. Man, this is janky. It has a little bit of that still in the game. There's some screen tearing stuff. There's a lot of cutscenes in this game. There's a little screen tearing on stuff like this. It's noticeable on the Xbox One version. The frame rate, I believe, is locked at 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would assume that.
So,
but it's a turn-based game, so a lot of this isn't all that important. Like, it bothered me.
It takes away
whenever there was some kind of.
If it was smoother, it would.
It would definitely be better.
There's no excuse for that. You're right. It doesn't take away from the game in something that's more fast-paced. But yeah, you're right. The loading times, they are obviously a little bit longer on Xbox One than they were on PC. I cut out, actually, this is not a record video. I cut out some of the loading times because I didn't want to keep it super long. They were a little bit long.
How does it compare? We're going to use Recore as our measuring bar for loading times from now on. How many Recores is this? Is it like a 0.5 Recore?
It's not even. We'll just put Recore at the very top of the scale, and then you've got games like Just Cause 3. Then you've got what else would be out there? I don't even know.
Elder Scrolls.
Oh, Fallout loads. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I would say it's not quite there. It's not at any of those things where you're like, oh, this is absurdly long. It's not like that. It's just like every game on these consoles has long loading times compared to PC. It's just a system thing. They've got more graphics and less horsepower to do it, right?
Yep.
But, the good things about this are, if you get the digital deluxe, you get the XCOM 2 reinforcement pack. which is like all of the DLC.
Which
The Shen's Last Gift, and
was
yeah, it was. Yeah,
wasn't that good though.
Yeah,
Right?
no, some of it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But on PC, a lot of people were making mods. But Shen's Last Gift was good. That was good. That was a good expansion.
Yeah, I remember you saying that was like that was the one that made the whole thing.
And I think that's what their intention was really, because they were just throwing out those. It was like reinforcement packs, what was it? It was Anarchy's
Character
Children.
packs and
Yeah,
stuff.
Anarchy's Children.
Yeah.
Alien Hunters. Shen's Last Gifts was like the big story part. So, the regular version doesn't come with that stuff. The digital deluxe does. I'm not sure what the price difference is on those two, if there is one.
Okay. And I mean, you mentioned mods. I'm guessing there's been no talk of mods on Xbox
I'm guessing
One.
it takes a lot of fucking work, man.
I mean, at this point, with seeing how mods have been received and people are so excited about them, I think it makes sense for Microsoft to start maybe doing their own kind of
pushing it as a
Steam
feature.
Workshop style. Yeah, especially if Sony's not,
that's a huge.
which they apparently aren't.
Something happened. Yeah, I
big
don't
selling.
remember. I didn't see the news on that, but obviously people have been quite pissed that their Fallout 4 mods have never arrived on PS4.
Sony essentially said, no, you can't. Well, they said you can't do it the way that you want to do it. They wouldn't let them have the access that they wanted to the game. So, I would say that mods on PS4 are pretty much ruled out at this point.
Well, then you're right. You should do it as a selling point for the system. But regardless, that is not the case for XCOM 2. At least not at this point. I don't think there has been any talk about mods coming to console for this, but it would be cool because the PC community did a hell of a job with this game. There's all sorts of stuff on the workshop.
Are there any exclusive bonuses for the console versions, or is it just straight, here's the game?
It's straight, here's the game. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I mean, it is a really good game, so...
I think they might have introduced some console-specific features about some detection elements, but from what I've played, it feels exactly the same. I mean, some of the stuff obviously feels a little different because it's with the controller, but as far as like mechanics, I don't believe anything was added to this game. It is in the first couple hours or so, it has felt almost identical to the PC version. So,
good enough.
Yeah. So as far as that stuff's concerned, yeah, there isn't much new here. But I don't know why you would play this version if you have it on PC.
Yeah.
Unless
Agreed.
there is something crazy that they do, and they don't. But on the performance side, yeah, I mean, you see some pop-in sometimes. You see some weird camera angles. That stuff was in the PC version as well. Like cutscenes like this have some screen tearing, but all in all, I think it's a great console version of this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking good. And like I said, it was running so poorly on my PC, admittedly right near launch. I haven't picked it up in a while to see if they patched some of that stuff out, but...
who
so
did it? The
just
mod community.
seeing it be stable.
The mod community did a lot of work on that stuff.
Gotcha. Maybe they just took them and put them in here, because Firaxis works really closely with their mod community. They hired some.
Yeah. Yeah, there. I was on Reddit. I saw some things that people did notice that were mods on Steam that tweak the game in just slight ways. Nothing. It's not like super noticeable. It's more like maybe it wasn't right the first time around. But you still have some of that really weird shit that happens in this game.
Yeah, I wish I had recorded all of mine, because I had some stuff where cutscenes didn't play right, and I just got completely locked out of parts of the game, and I had to reload a save. It was there were some definite issues,
and they were all unordered. Couldn't figure out which save it was.
that
shit's
the
fixed
save order,
in this,
which made me. I replayed like an hour of the game, thinking that my save hadn't worked.
Right. I did that. I did that one time. Yeah. And it was like, holy
Yeah,
shit, I
it's
just
like,
lost
no, it's
5 hours
just,
of
you gotta
progress.
scroll down.
And then I auto-saved over it,
Mm-hmm.
over my regular save. Yeah, you have to figure out, like, what time is it on my clock? What time is it on here? Yeah. Yeah, that stuff seemed to be fixed. I had a couple saves and it was in the right order, but of creature of habit, I was like making sure. But this is still early. I took this footage from early
Well, I mean, it's looking
in the
good.
game.
Definitely glad console players can get a taste of this game because it was really good. It's a really good game.
Out now on PS4 and Xbox One. You're watching the Xbox One version. And that's going to do it for XCOM 2. For Kyle, I'm William for attackofthefanboy.com. For more content like this, you can visit our website or you can check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/fanboyattack. Thanks for watching.
And if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe down below.
There are still people who refuse to believe their lies, and it's time we let them know they're not alone. We've already located a target for our first operation.
Sir, given our current location, there's actually no way the Sky Ranger could reach that position.
Who said anything about the Sky Ranger? Shen.